So, Eric, what is it about operations project delivery that differs for the GPA compared to our own individual businesses?
Good question, Neville. You know, being in Feltec, that deliveries are mostly domestic in UK and local. For that, you have project managers, basically. If there's a particularly complex building, you may use a program manager. The difference within the GPA, of course, is that it's international. So as well as being complex, you've got a lot of other things to deal with that you don't normally deal with in a domestic sense. Examples of that would be language, for example, or culture, different expectations, communication methodologies, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, there's a significant complexity about GPA type projects that are different to a project in your own domestic market.
So how does the GPA do it, and why are we different to our competitors?
We do it by knowing that the complexity is going to be there. So as the GPA, we've prepared the correct platforms to do it. And one of the major aspects of that is we have the Insight platform, which we use to track projects. We have the GPA University, which we use to train our people in sales, in operations, and in managed services. And particularly in operations, we've broken it down into our operational standards. And those are the vital parts that make it different to our competitors. I think it's a complete package. The project is complex. We have to standardize. We have to have those capabilities across all delivering partners. And that's a huge difference to the traditional subcontracting model. And you know, that's something we can sell to customers. We position it to them, and indeed, I think they're quite surprised when we do that properly.
Yes, interesting. Now, we talk about the customer experience at the GPA quite a bit. Where do you think that customer experience and operations actually comes together?
Customer experience, to me and to our colleagues, is really around end-to-end. It starts with the initial contact and the confidence that can be conveyed by the account manager, for example, or we call them the global account managers. And that feeds into the project delivery and then on to ongoing services, and ultimately we'll get towards analytics, data collection, and feeding that back to enable us to improve what we have delivered. That whole cycle can be related to customer experience, but where it tends to start with the customer in measuring our performance, the traditional place to measure it is in project delivery, on time, on budget, that kind of stuff. If you explain to the customer afterwards, yeah, it really started at the first point of contact and it's ongoing from here on in. So the quality assurance is not a check sheet at the end of project delivery. It's very much a life cycle all the way through.